So we learn halacha in Al Rebbe Shulchan Aruch. We started yesterday with the concept of Amir al-Nochi speaking, instructing a non-Jew to do something for you on Shabbos. So we said that you're not allowed to tell him to do something that it's forbidden for you to do for two reasons. One was the Isur Shvus, that the rabbis, it was a decree of the rabbis, and the second is issue with Mimtzoi Chavtzecha, pursuing your concerns. The only time that they permitted to tell him something is if it's Shvus the Shvus, meaning if it was a decree of on top of a decree. Another concept we mentioned is if we tell him to do something that is that has to do with a mitzvah. The pasuk says "Mimtzoi Chavtzecha," that your chafetz, your pursuits are forbidden. But when it comes to Chavtze Shomayim, when it comes to concerns of heaven, then we find a leniency. But even that, it's not so simple that you can tell him. You can tell him to do it. What was that when is he allowed to tell him for the tzarich of mitzvah, for the first mitzvah, if it's shvus the shvus, if it's only a case of a decree on top of a decree. I think if you look at 36, it says, and actively forbidden due to the coupling of two rabbinic safeguards. So if it's two rabbinic safeguards, then it becomes permitted. Lefichach machshichin al tchum. So we'll learn in Halacha 6, therefore one may wait close to Shabbos. One may wait close to the Shabbos limits until nightfall in order to proceed beyond the Shabbos limits after Shabbos to tend to the needs of a bride or a deceased person. For example, to procure a coffin and shrouds and bring them to the town. One may also tell a friend to wait close to the Shabbos limits until nightfall to perform these tasks and to bring these articles to him. He may tell his friends, go to this and this place tomorrow. If you find the items in that place, go to that and that place. This is permitted since a mitzvah is involved. Even though it would be forbidden to speak to someone using such language for one's personal concerns, because such wording demonstrate that he is sending him to acquire an article, which is an action forbidden on Shabbos. But this is for the sake of a mitzvah, so it's permissible. You may also explicitly tell him, purchase it for a money. If you don't find it for a money, purchase it even for 200. True, when one purchases types of food from a storekeeper on Shabbos, it is forbidden to mention money at all to him, as we learned the other day, 2 days ago. And you can say, give me, or can I have, but you can't say, sell me, or I want to buy, because when one mentions money, it is considered a commercial transaction in the complete sense. When by contrast, one does not mention money, it does not appear as a commercial transaction. Merely that one is borrowing from the store owner, as will be explained in section 323. If so, when on Shabbos one sends another person to purchase articles on Saturday night, if he were to mention money, he would be sending him to perform a commercial transaction in a complete sense, which is forbidden on Shabbos. By contrast, if we were not to mention money, it would not appear that he is sending the person to perform a commercial transaction in the complete sense, but rather to borrow. Nevertheless, in this instance, mentioning the money is permitted since it is for the sake of a mitzvah. Because if he did not mention a specific sum to the person, he's sending that person would not know how much money to offer. And it is possible that he would return empty-handed if the price rose. Since he is mentioning money for an acquisition that will only take place after Shabbos, license was granted to him. He should not, however, mention the maximum cost of the purchase. He should not tell the person he's sending a price that he may not exceed, because such a statement is made solely to save himself money, and that is not necessary for the fulfillment of the mitzvah. Similarly, he should not make an accounting of money. Tell him, for example, go to so and so, to whom I owe this and this this amount, and purchase what is required for this mitzvah from him. Then I will owe him this and this amount. For calculating this sum is not necessary for the mitzvah. Welcome to you.